Hey, greetings. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Experienced Teachers. That's what I call it, Experienced Teachers, because it does, if we care to learn. My name is Denise, and I am a transformation psychotherapist and a 2 times published author of Back to Love and Inner Life Rights. If I had to put myself in a caption, it would say, diligently digging the depths of life. That's diligently digging the depths of life, and then sharing all my findings with you all. Okay, so today I want to talk about mental health. It was Mental Health Week. Mental health is not just for a week. You know, mental health is and can be a life debilitating condition that impacts 1 in 4 of us. I'm sure that statistic has increased post-COVID. COVID's still with us, but post a terrible pandemic at its heights, I'm sure that figure is increased, but 1 in 4. So in a room of 20, there's going to be at least 4 people who has experienced some type of mental health and or experiencing some type of mental health and or are living with enduring mental health. Okay, so I've just got a few statistics that I want to share about the things that can trigger a mental health condition. And you don't have to be mentally ill to have a mental health condition. And it's very important that we really work hard at taking the stigma out of that very human condition. So some of the things that can trigger is child abuse, trauma and neglect, social isolation or loneliness, discrimination, which includes racism, bereavement, severe and long-term stress, unemployment, homelessness, being a long-term carer, alcohol and drug struggles, domestic violence. You know, these are also very human conditions and can trigger someone into mental ill health. And for some people, the road back is a very, very long one. Some people don't make it, and some people like myself do. I'm a survivor of childhood trauma, / adverse childhood experiences. When you've been through that kind of trauma, it shapes you. So the statistics is quite high when you become an adult to experience one of the many mental health conditions that there are, like depression and anxiety. These they call common mental health conditions because they're just so common nowadays. So let's take the stigma out. There's eating disorders, there's bipolar, there's psychosis. These are psychosis, etc. Bipolar edges towards the extreme. And others. There are, depression can lead to suicide. If I've missed out any other mental health conditions, it doesn't mean that they don't exist. It just means my menopausal brain is going into a bit of brain fog at the moment. Okay, so I just want to get across the messages that they are common mental health conditions, human conditions that for some people they are enduring. For others, it really messes up their life in such a way that, you know, their life becomes what it was and they don't kind of move out of that. And for others, like myself, there's a road back. There's a term that's called now post-traumatic growth, and it recognizes that some people who've gone through a really bad childhood, especially in childhood and if it continued in adulthood, in certain relationship patterns that comes out of trauma and the repeating of the pain. Some of us, like myself, do go on to turn their lives around to such an extent that those traumas actually fast tracks you to a type of enlightenment. You really get to see the nonsense in life, to cut out all the stuff, to not appreciate life, and at any moment it can change. So you really have an appreciation and a love for life. It can really up your empathy, radars. It just really helps you to appreciate life and want to grow and heal and become all that you may be, and then turn around and help others. That's the key thing. You want to turn around and help others, and that's me. My book, Back to Love, charts my healing journey. Everybody's journey is different, but what I go through in that book shows you the areas where how the wound looks, and how it gets played out, and the things we need to do to overcome the wounds and to heal and to live with what's left. Because when you've been through traumatic experiences, you're left with battle scars, if you like. Just because the wounds are psychological, it doesn't mean it's invisible and the person is okay. Psychological wounds operate in the same way as a physical wound and needs space and time to heal, and then you're left with some kind of scar. I'm left with post-traumatic stress anxiety. I've healed and grown to such an extent that it doesn't stop me. It used to before, decades ago, before I went on this road to recovery. That, like I said, I cover it in my book, Back to Love, and I also go through it again in Inner Life Rights, but I will expand the healing to the collective, what we need to do as a people and as a species. And when I say people, I'm a Black woman, so what we need to do in that community to heal and recover and uplift ourselves and regain our rightful positions, but we need to do as a human race, because it's just the one earth, and if we're not loving it and healing it, if it stops working, we stop working. We can't live without the earth. The pandemic came to show us that a lot of us have remained, if you like, awake since then, but a significant amount of us has just gone back to sleep. So where was I going? So I'm left with anxiety that I'm learning to live with now. It doesn't stop me from doing what I need to do, going out and doing this. This isn't something I find easy to do, but with the post-traumatic growth, it really kind of wakes you up to a core and gives you a passion in your heart, to kind of put your life on the line if it's going to help someone else heal and grow and become the all that they may be, because that's happened to me, and my life has never been so good. And I actually wouldn't change anything that's happened in my life, because that means I wouldn't have a lot of the blessings that I do have. Not that I'm saying that we should go through trauma to learn how to live well and live our best life experiences. Absolutely not, because the journey back in the healing is hard and arduous in places and harrowing. It really takes you, to the depths and back. And not everybody can make that journey, and not everybody make it back. But I have. And so I want to give that back and to help as many people come through as I have. So there is healing out there. There is healing out there. And if or when you buy my books, Back to Love and Inner Life Rights, I've written those to help as well, people, self-help. I know not a lot of people can afford therapy, let alone good quality therapy. So those books have been written for you guys, and just for anybody just really interested in making this world a better place. So if you buy my books, if you follow me on YouTube, Insta, my Facebook page, any of the platforms I'm on, if you follow me, then you know, what I have to share is going to help you on your journey in your healing. A quote that is well known and well used, I use it a lot myself, and it's right behind me, by Lao Tzu. I might not have pronounced that ancient Chinese philosopher's name correctly. It says that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. For those of you who've been taking those little single steps today, living with mental health, triggered by all the various reasons and human situations that I listed, and I'll put all that up at the end as well as some other bits. If any little step that you take is already huge, so give yourselves a real good tap on the backs for that. But as the quote says, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one single step. You know, and those steps way up there, you know, it's the healing journey, you know, the hero's journey, the heroine's journey, a well worth journey taken, especially if you've been wounded. And even if you don't even struggle with mental health, you know, it's just living in this noisy, you know, in places toxic world that we're in today. You know, you can gain in encouragement, inspiration, finding your peace, you know, living in the now. You can gain all that as well from reading my books and following me and really taking in my content. Okay, so I'll leave it there for today. I've spoken on this topic already and other related subjects to this topic, as you will find out when you watch my other videos here, as well as follow me on my platforms. So all that is left for me to do is to thank you so very much for your time. I know time is precious, so if you've stopped and given me 13-14 minutes of it, thank you. And I hope that you got something from spending your time with me here in this way. Peace, love, light, always. Bye for now.